Okay, so now we want to figure out how to make a note card. And so what you're going to do is I have pulled up the HTML full text because that is easier to do this in. And what you're going to do is you're here in the thing, and I've read it and I found some important information. But one of the things I found about cooperation is from down here. This article is about steroid use in the NBL, Major League Baseball. And so what it's talking about how that could go down and why people have gotten away with it so far. And one of the things about cooperation that they said is just that any drug testing agreement would need to be a cooperative effort, carefully written to reflect the concerns for both sides. And to me, this is really important, that people are going to need to cooperate in order to solve this problem, and that's what's important about cooperation here. So I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to right click it and copy this, and that way I can take this over. Using HTML, it's easier to copy and paste. It works okay sometimes in PDFs as well, but if you have the option for HTML, it will actually work a little bit easier to copy and paste. And so what I've done is, if you're in the Power project, so if you go to your sources back here and you're in your project folder, and this is where you start, you're going to click over here on note cards, and that will pull you into this blank screen when you make your first note card. And you're going to click new note card. You're going to paste what we just had. I'm going to right click and paste it there, because I may not let me do it. There we go. Because that's what I pulled from the other one. You can hit Control V to paste it in there. You can hit Control C to copy and Control V to paste it. Up here, it's titled, so cooperation to I'm going to say for drug testing agreement, just to kind of remind myself, because I'm only going to see a little bit of this note card, and that's what I'm going to see. So it'll help me remember, like, this is the detail that I have. So you want to put something here that's going to help you remember what that detail is when you're just glancing. I'm going to pick my source. This is Ken Rosenthal is my source, and then if you want to tag it, you could say like personal story, maybe your kind of evidence. So this is more like a testimonial evidence, because you're going to need all kinds. So, I might tag that as testimonial to help me remember, oh, that's a good to make sure I get one of those in. You can paraphrase it. This one's not super long, so I don't know that paraphrasing is going to help me, but I do paraphrase a lot of things when the ideas are really hard to understand or complex, or when the quote's really long and I need to shrink it down to a normal amount. So I would do that. And if I want to leave myself any breadcrumbs as to like use this at this part. So, use at the solutions, because this sounds to me like a solution, so I might want to use it there. So, this is like if I was going to shrink it down, which I don't, like I said, I don't need to do that. So here I'm going to save and close this, and now I've got a little clue. Remember, this is the heading that I left, and I can kind of drag this around and put it where I want here. Now, if I had more than one of these, I'll see if I can copy it. So I can add it to a pile, link it to a source, apply a tag, apply a Q, and apply a color, because you can color code things. I can pin it here, I can rename it, and I can delete it. So there's all those options. So if I want to add another new card, and this is just, a second one, and I can fill it in, and I can save and close it, which I didn't add a source to it, but I can move these around. So I can say like, this is a pile, and I can name this pile, maybe, personal narrative. Right? And so now I can put a name on this pile and move it here and start to group my cards. This is why using Noodle Tools is good, and why I like it for note cards, is I can pull bits of information and start to organize it. If you wanted to start with your introduction here and start with your status quo articles, and then maybe put your excitement, like hopeful things, you could kind of start your format of your paper even here by having some things kind of down low, high. Maybe I color code all my personal narratives like we did with our sticky notes on the wall, and the personal narratives have different colors, so I know where I've got those included. And you can kind of start to organize your paper visually on this if you want to do it that way. So there's a lot of options here, so just make sure you get your note cards in this section and you get it somewhat organized in a way that makes sense to you, and then or just get them here to get started, and we can talk about organization again then later too. So all right.